Oh, it's finally here. Infinite Forbidden! Right, as usual, I always waste money on this stuff, so let's just get right to it, right? I have a case here. I actually have a second case on the way, but this one I was able to get a lot. Well, not a lot, I guess a little earlier, right? But Infinite Forbidden. This is a, pretty good set, right? If you compare it to the other two core sets of the year, right? Phantom Nightmare and Legacy of Destruction. Technically, this is a better set, right? Because it's very top-end heavy, right? Your secrets are the ones that are worth the most. And the Ultra's not so much. I know people are trying to compare this to Agov, right? But the problem is, unlike Agov, this doesn't have as many good secrets, right? Like, realistically, but we'll get to that in a bit. Back to the comparison, right? You look at Phantom Nightmare, and the best cards at the time, well, for a while, was Low, Prayer of the Voiceless Voice, right? Because she's a 3 of. What the hell else? Oh, yeah, Snake Eyes Poplar, and then, Promethean Princess. The two fire cards are Ultras, while the secret was Low. So, for the longest time, those were the three only cards of value. The problem with that, right, I guess if you want to include Vados as the another secret that was worth money, but even then it wasn't really worth that much. The problem is, right, the fact that the Ultras were the most sought after cards, the prices weren't really that great. And then Low's a 3 of, sure, but she's only playable in one deck, which, I mean, if you weren't playing Voiceless, then who really cares, right? And then you look at the set now, there is zero value. You'll pay like, what, 65, 70 a box, and you'll still neg, even if you pulled the best cards of the set. Even though the QCRs are just, like, not really worth it. So, and then we look at Legacy of Destruction. We have Ultra Rare, Nightmare Throne, I guess. And then everything else just wasn't really worth it. This is good. Our first secret is Mold Charmy, right? So, you look at Legacy of Destruction. Then you have the Super Rare Hydra, right? Which I believe you still play as a 3 of, even though Rengoku is now in the game. But it's not really a great set still, because again, you have like one Super, one Ultra. Maybe there's a few of the cards I'm not thinking of right now, but as far as I can think of right now, Legacy of Destruction is really not it. It's a terrible set. Then we have Infinite Forbidden, right? I pulled Mold Charmy, which is like the second best secret rare, I believe. Actually, I have it pulled up right now. Wow, that's really low. It's 52 right now. The thing is, on pre-sales for a while on TCG Player, it was only Mold Charmy and Engraver that was on TCG pre-sale for a while, and they only just recently, like a day or two ago, added the rest of the cards in the set. It's not... But the problem is, like, if you really look at the secrets in the Ultras, right, they're not really worth it. You have Engraver, which is the most sought-after card. It's a 3 for one of the best engines that's available right now, right? It's very generic. It's either rank 6 and whatever, blah, 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 you know, the whole thing. The problem is, Mold Charmy, right? And then you have Engraver. And that's it. Every other secret is not really worth it. At least right now. Right now, boxes are about, what, $90? I don't know if they really went down or not. I can actually check right now while I'm going to the box openings. Yeah, so boxes, they did spike to 90, but as we're getting closer and closer to the official release date, which is 2 days from now, you know, that's pretty cool. The same cards. We see that a lot of the prices dropped. So the boxes of Infinite Forbidden are about $80-ish, closer to there, which is about right. It's still a good set. In fact, it's probably a better set compared to Phantom Nightmare and Legacy of Destruction. But the problem is, it's very top-end heavy, and you're really relying on just 2 secrets to try and pull. A hand trap that might be good, but realistically is just okay at best. And then you have the Engraver, which is a 3 of. There's other secrets that are good too. You have like the 2 Whitewood main deck monsters, which I believe are both 3 ofs. But Whitewood's just isn't really a great deck right now. It's not really doing anything. It hasn't really done anything in the OCG. And I don't know if it'll do much in the TCG, but it's just another synchro deck, to be honest. Which I guess people are playing with, like, people are playing with Runic, and they're playing it with Centurions, but again, I'm pretty sure that's just Calamity Dragon Turbo. I think it's just King Calamity Turbo, because, you know, of course, the TCG still has it unlimited, right? They haven't even banned it or anything, which is kind of weird. But yeah, I think before there's a lot of hype for the set, so obviously a lot of people bought boxes from it. Here we have another secret, Requiem, right? But which, yes, it is a very highly sought after Fiendsmith card. The problem is you only play one of it because the engine's 3 engraver, 1 tracked, and then 1 requiem, right? Not including like the lurry and stuff. But the problem, I mean, I just you could include you can include Lacrimosa too, but Lacrimosa is like a common. So here's the other thing, right? Again, that being a one-off, right now, Requiem pre-sale is like $25, I think it's like, or $20. Let me just look real quick. Let's see if I can find. Wow, it is really. There's no way it's down there. It went down that much. Yeah, I guess it's like $13 right now on pre-sale. The problem is it's gonna go down because after Nats, everyone is just gonna sell off everything. Oh, that was the last Ultra too. But the problem is after Nats, everyone sells everything. And then when you really look at the set, you realize the set's not that great because you have 2 Fiendsmith cards, which are secrets, which I guess we kind of figured they would rarity bump some of the Fiendsmith. Just making 3 of them secrets is kind of crazy. But the problem is like engravers a 3 of, while Requiem and Tracked are like a 2 of. Oh, sorry, a 1 of each. You can't play Tracked as a 2 of, but there's no point unless Fiendsmiths get support in the next set, Rage of the Abyss, and becomes like a playable deck on its own. I guess there's no point in playing more than 1 Tracked, realistically, if you're just trying to optimize the engine, right? Because it's like an 8-9 card engine, I believe. Yeah, like 3 engraver, 1 Tracked, 1 lurry, 1 Requiem, 1 Sequentia, and the Sequentia is like a common too. And that's the other thing. They made Sequentia. Additionally, they made some of the cards in here weirdly low rarity, which it is good for the ability, right? Again, Sequentia is like the Link 2. It's still obviously played as like a 1 of, but they made it a common, along with the I think I'd have to pull the card. Moon of the Closed Sky or whatever. Actually, I probably did pull it. I've just kind of been going through and turboing, opening the packs. But they made the Link 2 Underworld, I guess Baby Goddess is what you could call it. Made her a common for some reason. Which does kind of say that she'll probably be an OTS Super, I guess. Again, makes it a lot more affordable, but still, it's like making her commons just kind of whatever. I was hoping they'd make her a super, not necessarily, I guess someone could probably think if they want to, but not to like, I guess juice people, but more because I think it looks better in like a higher rarity. But I guess if it's a common, that means it will get at least a rarity bump, so that's kind of nice. Or at least probably will get a rarity bump. The problem, I keep pulling this like a link. But what is it? Oh yeah, again, like some of the secrets are worth it. All the main, like the Whitewood stuff has already gone down too, like because LZ and the Stellar are like what, $15 or something right now. Pretty bad. No, yeah, there's a sequence, the common. Here's the Lacrima. Oh yeah, Moon of the Closed Heaven. Yeah, this is a common right here. So, but yeah, a lot of the secrets, a lot of the ultras went down, and the problem is like because of how expensive boxes are overall, it's like it's basically pull engraver or nothing, like I just did. Great. But the thing is, like, engravers already gone down. It was like 150 on pre-sale, but the engravers have gone down to like 115-ish now. It's just, and we start with a QC on the same box. All right, awesome. Not the QCR I wanted, but whatever. People who need the engravers, they're either getting it now or they're just gonna wait until Nats and then rush to the vendors, because obviously the vendors are gonna have as many of these cards as possible, because obviously they know that they can sell them to people who desperately need them. Otherwise, most people who were smarter picked them up during the pre-release that was this past weekend. And then, of course, a lot of stores do have the boxes now, or at least they're going to have the boxes now. So then they'll be able to sell them, and then people will have to buy them, blah, 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 right? But for value of the set, this is a lot better than Lede and Finny, I guess you could call it. But I don't know if it's that much better. People are saying this is like A-Golf, but the problem is A-Golf is like, the problem with the comparison is like, so A-Golf had like Diabellstar, SP, Wanted, and like Imseti. Those are like the 4 best secrets of the set. SP being such a strong generic, generally one of, but it's a strong generic Link 2. That's a secret. You could just play it on its own. You didn't need to play as part of an engine or anything. It's just something that anyone and everyone really should just slot into their deck. Then you have Imseti, which is part of like the horse engine. You can get to like a rank 8, or just put all the horses on the board and just blah 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 blah. But you know, the horse it being a 3, of course, that made it a lot more pricier. Then you have the Diabellstar and the Wanted, which for the initial time was just part of the Wanted package, which was like what, 3 Wanted, and then like 3 DBL Star or whatever. But even then, like, they were still, actually, Wanteds were a lot more pricey than DBL Stars from what I remember. DBL Stars peaked at like 55, and then Wanteds peaked at like, what, 120, 130 or something. The problem with this set is even for A-Golf, some of their Ultras are worth a pretty good amount. Here, the Ultras aren't really looking like they're going to be worth a lot. It's just Tenpai Dragon Genroku. You're playing it as a 2-of, though, and then the problem is you're only playing it in the Tenpai deck, right? So unless you're not playing Tenpai, there's not really a point in, like, using it whatsoever. But yeah, this set just isn't, I don't know, like, it's a good set. It's definitely better. Like, we did kind of needed it, and I'd say I mean, like, the general players, right? Because, like, people opening boxes of, like, the past 2 sets, or past 2 core sets, kind of disappointing if you pull, like, if you didn't pull the lows, the Poplars, Princess, all that stuff. You didn't pull the good cards. It wasn't really worth anything, and there weren't that many good cards. This one has a little bit more, but it's still basically just engraver or nothing, right? Especially when it's, like, 80, 90 a box, probably. The other issue is, like, right, so it's 2.4 secrets, I believe, on average for every single one of them. There's the other secret, probably the worst one, realistically. It's like 2.4 secrets, so because you're opening a case, there's 12 boxes. Each box has, on average, is going to usually average out to like 2 secrets, 4 ultras. So you're pulling about 24 secrets each, and there's 10 secret rares, while there's 15 ultra rares. So you're likely to pull at least 2 of each, and then like 3 of some others. So it being 2.4, it's like you're paying about, what, 700 maybe a case. You really, even if you pull like 3 engravers, realistically you'll just never pull 4, to be honest. It's probably like at minimum 2, mostly 3, I guess, if you're lucky. But even then, like right now at the current prices, Fiendsmith engravers are about 115. You sell about 3 of them. Let's say you get 345, and then after, I guess, online fees and stuff or whatever, or even if you're selling it locally, there's still, why did I put the commons there? I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on, let me take these commons out. There. Even if you can count for those engravers, right? If you didn't pull engravers during pre-release and sell them then, you're kind of just losing money now. Granted, it's actually somewhat likely that even after Nats, even when people fire sell their stuff, that the prices of the Fiendsmith stuff will go up, especially if there's support in the new set that at least makes them their own playable deck. But it's still not hard. I mean, not hard. It's still a bit hard to kind of plus on this set. Granted, it is just Yu-Gi-Oh! Product opening, so plussing in general is already hard as it is if you're just opening boxes rather than just focusing on singles and investing and selling that. But I mean, the real value is just the secrets. Like, the ultras aren't really going to get you anywhere. Like, you have the Mimigools, which I'll talk a little bit more about that. But, like, you have the Mimigools, which have just some ultras, supers, and I guess commons. But also, let me organize this. Jesus Christ. But otherwise, like, there's not really a lot of value in the ultras. And God knows the supers aren't going to be worth anything. It's not going to be like the other sets, right? It's not going to be like lead or anything. So it's really top hand heavy. And your chances of pulling just the engraver alone is already pretty small. Like, if you get lucky, you can pull a Molcharmy at least to kind of get some of your value back, but you're mostly negging on this. So, I mean, it's a better set than the last 2, but, like, it's still not an amazing set overall, right? I think the hope is to look at Rhoda and then see what other cards they release, because they are still revealing stuff in the OTG for new cards. I know next Sunday, I think it is, like 2:30 p.m. Pacific time or something, they're doing an OCG stream where they're going to reveal like more cards, and it's apparently Quattro's voice actor, which assumes that Battle Wasp support will be printed. I don't know if it'll be good, because they did the stream last time for info, and they were showing the Light and Darkness support, which I guess makes them an archetype to play, but it's still pretty terrible support anyways. It's just kind of whatever, so who knows? Maybe the Battle Wasp will be decent. Yeah, so basically we need Fiendsmith support, kind of make them a little more worthwhile, right? And then we have LZ of the white. We have the white force stuff. We don't know if there's any new cards for that. We have new lore cards, like the Azaminas, but they're completely different, right? In terms of gameplay, I'm pretty sure they're not really usable with the White Forest stuff, but I don't know. I guess wait until we see like more like OCG like deck builds and like see like results from Road of the King and whatnot. Also, I didn't even talk about this more. Genroku, like pretty cool QCR. I don't care about the Tenbai Dragons, and again, I don't really. I was hoping for something else, right? QCR Engraver, that would have been cool, or even Dragons of Pride and Unity, that would be awesome. Actually, speaking of Dragons of Pride and Unity, I actually still need the last Magicians of Bonds and Unity from Lede, but I just need to. I don't need it right away. I just want it for my collection, but I just need to get that. I didn't pull it, which is fine, but also I was just kind of waiting for prices to drop, right? Yeah, I think from sneak peek, shoot, how many did I open? I opened one box there. I did 2 sneak peeks, and then I opened, I want to say, like 5, actually probably like 6 boxes total from sneak peek. And I pulled like total, I pulled a QCR, I think it was LZ. No, I pulled a QCR Stellar. I pulled one engraver, I think. Wait, let me think about this. No, from 6 boxes I pulled 2 engravers. But this was at separate stores, by the way. And then I actually never pulled a tracked, which is kind of funny. But I guess it makes sense. If I only open like 6 boxes, I mean, there's a pretty good chance I wasn't going to pull it anyways. Yeah. But I know someone at one of the sneaks at the locals, one nearby me, where they managed to pull a total of 3 engravers, 2 secrets, and then 1 QCR, which is kind of crazy because they were like a family. So, I mean, I guess like that family made out, right? I think one of them pulled in their entry packs, and then they bought like 2 boxes or something. Like, they bought 2 boxes at separate points. So, it's not like they bought both boxes at the same time, I think. And then they just managed to pull a QCR engraver and another engraver. Like, kind of crazy. Like, they just super plus, right? But yeah, I don't know. Like, this set's, like, still a lot better than the other ones. But it's just when you really look at the cards in the set, you just kind of think, well, I mean, it's not really, in terms of value, it's not really that amazing. It's like Molcharmy and then engraver, and that's it, right? Because realistically, Sequentia is going to go down. Now, I keep saying Sequentia, and I mean Requiem. Yeah, because this, I also keep saying Sequentia. They translate it to sequence, which, again, this is a common. It should have been a super, right? I'm hoping it gets, like, I don't know, an OTS super or, like, an ultra or something, right? Surely they could do it by the next OTS pack. Because, I mean, the fastest turnaround was Cashier Scareclaw, where, like, what? A couple weeks later, they literally printed it as an OTS super rare after it was introduced from, I think it was Photon Hypernova or something, but whatever. But yeah, it's basically Molcharmy engraver. Track, it's gonna go down too. Track will still be worth more than Requiem, I think, but the problem is, again, like, they're one-ofs, right? So they're not gonna be worth that much. So if you're opening a box, you're hoping to pull engraver or Molcharmy, or I guess a QCR, but even then, like most sets with them, like, what, more than half the QCRs end up being complete garbage. Like, you pull like some like QCR, what, Exodia, and then guess what? It's like probably $20 on release, if not lower. Unless it has like, unless it gets like tops or something, but I kind of doubt that, right? It's like a archetype that's playable now, but I don't think it's worth it. It's like, it'll be rogue at best. Even if Snake Eyes leaves the format, you'll still, and like gets hit in the next ban list late August, you'll still have to contend with like Yubel and like Tenpai and Stun for that matter, right? You have to still deal with these other decks. Also, what the hell? Did I pull 2 Whitewoods? I did. I pulled 2 Whitewoods. Huh. Interesting. Well, cool. That was like really a Whitewoods box. This course is always weird. You can kind of, I don't know if the right term is map it out, right? Maybe there's another term for it. Basically, you could figure out what you're going to pull from probably the rest of the boxes, or at least you could figure out what your other secret is based on what your first secret pull is, right? Like, I pulled the Fiendsmith engraver, so I'm probably gonna pull, I'm not gonna pull like a Trax, well, I think I actually ordered it, yeah. It was like that and Millennium Ankh. It's like, you're not gonna pull like the Whitewood cards and like an engraver in general, right? I wasn't gonna pull like a Tracked engraver. If I pull the Whitewood cards, it's either gonna be the other Whitewood cards, or maybe some whatever other garbage secret rare. I don't know. I can't even think about the other garbage secret rares right now. Who cares? Also, I just changed the way I did the layout now. I think I have the box on the left, and now I have it in the kind of the middle, where it's still in frame. Creation King. Cool. There's cool support in this at least. There is. You have like the Madolche support, you have the Mentos, even, I mean, as much as I hate them, I guess Drytrons also get support too, among many of the decks, like the Gimmick Puppets, which are all low rarity for some reason, which means if, hey, the FTK deck goes off at Nats, then hey, maybe they actually hit them on the ban list, just like Super Heavy Samurais, right? Because it's basically a budget deck anyways, that's somehow pretty good. Tales of the Whitewood. That's not bad. The problem is, like, I kind of wish they rarity bumped some other stuff. Like, I'm sure you could have made one of the Madolches, like, in Ultra, right? Like, I'm sure. I'm sure, like, you didn't have to put, like, what, this many, I guess, Whitewood cards, or whatever the hell. There's, like, 3 Whitewood Ultras or some crap. Like, an Exodia one. There's a bunch for this, the Millennium archetype, which I guess it's cool that they're higher rarity, but I'm like, sure, I wouldn't mind, like, I don't play Madolches myself. I don't play a lot of the other archetypes that got support in the set, but I mean, cool, sure. Why not give like the Madolche like an Ultra? I guess. I think they have a Super. Right. I think I pulled it earlier. The what the hell is it? The Madolche Exceed or something. I think. But yeah. Who right now? We're at 4 boxes. There's Diabell. Diabell's good. I side because of value, but Diabell's a good card. These cards are good. Don't get me wrong, they're good. And also, Diabell's like pretty generic. I'm trying to figure out how to play Whitewood's Vanadium, but Vanadium's already so tight as it is. But yeah, I mean, in terms of value, it's not that great though. I think it's like, what, probably $5 or something? Maybe 10 if we're lucky. And honestly, after release, it's probably going to be less than my ass hair, because who cares, right? Most of these cards are not going to be worth it. But again, as I said earlier, we have to wait for Rota reveals, right, to see if they get more playable cards, because it's a pretty decent deck right now. It just needs a little more support to push him. What exactly, I don't know, because I haven't tested him out that much. Fiendsmiths is already good as it is, so just making them a playable archetype would be great. I want to play him as an archetype rather than just a generic engine, but it is what it is, right? Cool, Lightning Dragon. What the hell? So I pulled it. Then we have the Mimic Ghoul. Okay. The Mimic Ghoul thing, I was going to talk about this earlier, but I like totally lost my train of thought. The Mimic Ghoul thing is weird because it's a TCG exclusive archetype, right? Now, from what I've learned from other people, right, at my locals and stuff, and online, they don't always do this for every TCG exclusive, but I assume that every TCG exclusive, when they're released, gets like 1 secret, 1 super in the first set. Because I started around the time of Dimension Force. I don't remember what the TCG exclusive archetype was. But then when I really started, I guess, buying boxes and stuff, was, what the hell do you call it? The third, it was Pote, right? So then Pote introduced Godi, and Godi had the Synchro Secret, and then had the Pisces Ultra, right? And they've been doing it ever since. Gold Pride's got Leon as a secret, and then Captain Carey as an Ultra. Tistina's got it got Crystal God as a secret, and then Demigod as an Ultra. And then I'm sure I'm missing something in there, right? But what is it called? Oh, Ashen got the Vados secret, and it got the spell card, Awakening of Vados as an Ultra, right? So I was assuming, oh, maybe the Mimic Ghouls could have gotten a secret. What the hell is this garbage secret? Anyways, they didn't, right? They made the Mimic Ghoul Master and Ultra, which I guess is cool. It makes it a lot more affordable, but even then, like, TCG exclusive archetypes, like in recent years, I guess, haven't, like, it's not like you'll break the bank just trying to get the core, right? Like, you could pick up, right now on pre-sale, I guess you could pick up a whole Mimic Ghoul core for, like, what, $30 or something? That's hella cheap. For a 3 of everything, like, that's fine, right? And then you wait on release, it'll probably be even less. But I guess people are just kind of practicing around with it. There's like the whole Soul and Luna thing, which is why the QCR got bought out. There's a lot of flip cards that people are looking at, like Guard Dog, for example, which is probably why it got reprinted, because they knew this archetype was coming up. I don't know, like, but then again, usually this next wave of support for TCG exclusive archetypes are like garbage, right? Again, I'm only comparing in recent years. Maybe in the past, like I heard, like I know apparently Dangers were TCG exclusive archetype, which Danger's already good as it is, so I'm not surprised. But like a lot of these recent ones, usually their second wave support is like decent at best. I guess Gold Pride Punk was probably the latest one that's probably done well, because it was like what, Speedroid Gold Punk Speedroids or something. Gold Pride Punks. That's what. Why did I say Speedroids? Yeah, Gold Pride Punks is probably like the best use of the TCG exclusive archetypes. I'm like slurring my words. But also, what the hell did I pull? What? There's no way I didn't pull. Oh no, I pulled the Diablo. Right. This is a terrible box. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have high hopes for the Mimigles. I think they're kind of cool. I need to look at them a little more, but it's a TCG exclusive archetype. And I got excited for Ashen's only to see that they made the support pretty goddamn garbage. So I kind of don't really have high hopes for the Mimigles, to be honest. But maybe Konami can prove me wrong, right? Who knows? Well, shoot. We are 5 boxes in. This is looking okay, I guess. The Dominus Purge. Ugh. So, the thing is, Rhoda, we already know some of the cards at least. And you can probably figure out what is and isn't going to be, like, rarity bumped. Like, so the new Mulcharmy, which is basically Max C, except instead of the one that we have now, Parelia, which is just cards summoned from hand, this one's like a card summoned from extra deck / deck, which is insane. Like, that's gonna be a lot more useful, but that one's probably going to be a secret. I would be genuinely surprised if they, I don't know, made it a super or common. That would be seriously surprising. But I doubt it. I think it'll be, I guess, Ultra at the lowest. But even then, my money is on the fact that it'll be a secret, right? And then we also have the new Dominus Trap. It's a hand trap. It's locks you out of Earth, Wind, and Light effects. Another one, Jesus Christ. But it is it's like a solemn, I think it's like a solemn judgment. It's a monster special summon. You can activate this card from hand to then negate and then destroy it or something like that. I can't remember the exact wording of it, but it's really good. It's a lot better than the Purge, I guess. I guess the attribute locks are what makes them more balanced, but even then, this one's pretty terrible. Dark, Water, and Fire Lock. Well, I think someone actually made a list of the attributes for hand trap. I think while Dark, Water, and Fire Lock is pretty harsh right now, the next one is an Earth, Wind, and Light lock, right? Which means you're locked out of a lot of hand traps. You can't use Droll, can't use Veiler, Mourner, Bell. It's crazy the amount of hand traps that you actually can't use if you use that other trap. And the lock is for the rest of the duel, by the way. So it's not going to be that generically good, right? It's a great effect. It's just not going to be that generically useful. I guess you could use the Purge now because it's Dark, Water, Fire Lock. So if you're not playing a Fire or Water deck, who cares, right? And then I guess you're not playing Darks. Like in terms of hand traps, like, what are you stopping? Like Ash, the Bestials, Shifter, I think. I don't think I'm missing anything else because everything else is like lights pretty much. But also I pulled Dominus Purge. So does this mean I'm going to pull another Whitewood Synchro? I swear to God, I'm going to end it. If I pull another one... It's kind of sad that the engravers and like the multi-copies are the only things worth value. I guess we have to wait till the format actually like opens up and that people start labbing more that we can see a shift in it. But obviously everyone's preparing for Nats, right? So the focus is on Fiendsmiths, but maybe after Nats people will take more time to actually look at the other cards in the set, right? But yeah, I don't know. Like I was excited at first, and after seeing, I guess the rarity reveals, I know everyone bought out boxes and cases online. Cases were like not really at 700. Okay, there's a Molcharmy. That's actually good. That's really good. It doesn't really save the value in the box, but still, it doesn't like it. I'm trying to come up with a thought for this, but I think I just lost my train of thought. I don't know. I'm just trying to speed open this because these videos can take a long time, and I actually don't know how much space I have left on my phone, to be honest. I just deleted a bunch of stuff, but last time I tried to record something, and it crashed. It basically stopped at, like, what, an hour? and then they just canceled out the recording, which is really, really annoying. So I'm just kind of go through this fast right now. So yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe the thought will come back to me later. Who knows? Gimmick puppet, cool. Huh? Smoke train. Yeah. I mean, maybe I could try it out. I don't know if it'll be that good though. Effects from the summons from the hand seem like okay. I don't know if it's that good, but I know a lot of people who are picking up for Nats just because it's like, well, like, might as well play it, right? As a 3-of, just to try it out, see how well it does. I guess Nats like one of the better places to try it, just because it's a hugely competitive area where they're playing the new format. Okay. Alright, let's move these supers aside real quick. I have so much bulk. The worst parts of these openings is having to deal with all the bulk. I can organize the bulk, but getting rid of it is the problem, right? And it's so bad with the core sets, because most people don't want core set bulk. I have like a person I can go to sell bulk too, but they don't ever want to pick up side bulk. They always want to pick up like the side set. No, they never want to pick up main set bulk. They always want to pick up the side set stuff, which I'm like, yeah, that's fine, but like it's not like I have more of the core set bulk, and the side sets are usually pretty valuable, to be honest. Like Battles of Legend Terminal Revenge, which was our previous, like our last set. We had like what do you call it? We had a lot of like archetype stuff, like the sprites, the Gen X, all that stuff. So like the bulk is worth some value at least. Like it's not terrible. So it's always not bad to keep like a good amount of those, right? Even if they're like pretty cheap right now, they could easily get bought out, right? It's just kind of about holding it and then seeing whether it goes up or not. Which speaking of holding it, I'm actually probably gonna do that mostly for these now. Now that I've seen like the engravers and stuff go down, I think I'll probably just hold these for now. I do. Oh boy, Lenny Monk, fuck. I do need a playset. I do want the themes and stuff because I do want to play it, right? Like Snake Eyes, yes, but I have been kind of not in a while, but I do want to play out like the fun like Fiendsmith Magical Musketeers, even though it's a completely dog shit build of it, and there's probably way better builds to play with the Fiendsmiths, but I have the Musketeer stuff, so I'm like, hey, might as well try and play it at locals, even though it'll be completely garbage, right? But realistically, if I want to competitive, just play Snake Eyes. Which I'm kind of like, like I didn't go to enough regionals this season, so I never got an invite to Nats. I think I went to like 2 regionals total, and it's probably the worst regionals to play at for me, because I was playing Vanadium, and the 2 times I played regionals were both droll formats. Like I'm pretty sure I think it was my first regional, like of like there was like I think it's like 9 rounds. I played like 6 of them, I think. Yeah, like in 6 rounds, there's like probably like at least like 9-10 games. I got drolled like 7 times, which I'm like, oh, that's cool. I just can't do anything. Didn't draw the call by, didn't draw the cross out, so it's just GG's. But this format, we're back to a droll format, which is always cool because Vanadium will just be outright unplayable, which is always fun to see. So okay, there's that. The Snake Eyes stuff should be fine. I guess if I really want to try, I guess I'll just try and play before it gets probably hit. I'll probably play Fiendsmith's Snake Eyes. Hope for the best. Just try and get an invite, and then I can just ignore regionals forever, because who cares about regionals? Pricing is always so whatever. I mean, the playmat for this season actually looks pretty nice. It's the Fiendsmith engraver himself, but it's like, man, like having to go to the regionals, like there is a regionals in my state I could go to, but it's like the problem, man, the time and the day, it's like they're both on a Sunday. Why? I don't know. That is probably the shittiest box I've pulled so far. No offense, Diabell. It's just getting probably the worst secret rare in the entire set, Millennium Ankh, and then getting you. Pretty bad. I don't know why. In my head, I was like, well, the last time I pulled a Millennium Ankh and an engraver, surely I could pull an engraver here. Nope. Damn. Mimical Master. That's pretty cool. I know people who are trying to pick up the Mimicals, actually. Did I already take it out? Yeah, I did. Whoops. Gotta go fast, gotta go fast. Alright. Yeah, I know people are trying to pick up the Mimicals. They're really cheap now anyways. Even if you want just like a playset, there's like both the Ultras, I think. Yeah, because it's Mimical Dungeon and Master. It's like really cheap. I guess you could wait if you don't want to play it now. Sure, that's always an option. That's not a problem. But the scary thing about waiting is that you never know when cards are just going to spike up. Because usually, on release, which will be this Friday, you have that short window of opportunity to buy cards. Because people will fire sell cards online. Now, granted, everyone will be on Nats. So maybe there's not going to be as many listings. But then here's the problem. So after release, in this case, we have Nats coming up, right? Cool. So then people will fire sell there at the venue. And once they get back home, once the event's finished, then they quickly go online and fire sell everything. These are people who got cases / boxes early. You have other people, like me, who also got cases online. Usually, sites don't send cases early. They usually send them the day of release, right? Is when they're, I guess, technically legally allowed to, by policy. To send the cases out for people who bought them, which means you're waiting like another week to get those cases, right? And during that time, once those cases arrive, people will start listing even more and more. So you'll see a lot more listings. But there's a short window of opportunity kind of where right after release, people fire sell cards and then you kind of have an opportunity to buy the cards that you want and need. Of course, a lot of the cards will just end up going down over time. It's inevitable. But sometimes cards just suddenly get bought out, and then guess what? Now those cards that were somewhat cheap are even more expensive than before. There are cards that just end up being a lot more expensive than pre-release, than pre-sales, which is crazy, right? You have like Gamer's Choice and like Kong's cards, but then you have TCG Player, which is usually a goddamn scam. That's a first Silver High Rabbit, nice. Yeah, but like they're usually scams, usually garbage. Like that was way too expensive. But then sometimes they just end up being worth it. Like I keep going back to Agov because I love the set so much. Clearly with how many videos I made over it. Agov just had like SP Low Knight. I think man, I want to say on pre-sale. It was like on Gamer's Choice. I think it's like 70 or 80. I want to say it was like actually I want to say it was like 70 actually on pre-sale or something like that. And then on TCG Player, it was like 80, 90 or something. I don't know. Actually, I think it was a lot cheaper. I feel like a lot of people didn't really look too deep at AGOP. Even though the cards were cracked, it wasn't until like release and people started playing it more that the cards just suddenly shot up in price. Like the Wanteds, I'm pretty sure the Wanteds on release were like less than 50, 40, like $40, $50. On pre-sale, they're like maybe 60s. And then they just suddenly shot up to like hundreds. It was like crazy. Same with the SBs too. Although the SB I think was seen as a really good card. So I think it's probably pre-sale on Gamer Source and stuff. Like 70, 80. And then on TCG Players like 90, 100. Which is still somehow cheaper than what it ended up being. Right? Ugh. I keep messing with the Discord. Who cares? Subversion. Okay. I also keep hitting my camera, I realize. I have it on a charger right now. So every time I hit the dangling cord, it keeps shaking the camera. So I apologize to anyone see this. I just use a lot of the shaking. If you made it this far in the video, congratulations. You don't win anything, but you know. Thanks for sticking with it. We are 7? Yeah, this is the 7th box. We should pull one more secret here. I'm curious what my core senses are. So I got these from a local store. I pre-ordered the case from the local store, so they got the cases a little early. Ooh, I hope I didn't damage that card. Oh, it's engraver. Good, good, good. I also accidentally hit. I didn't damage it, did I? Right? Oh, good. Okay, good. If I fucked it up, I would have killed myself. Anyways, oh, just dropped the pack. No. Ah! Great. This is gonna make for great audio. So I got the cases, right? He had 4 cases. I got to choose one. And then his son just, like, grabbed, like, the first case off the top. And I was like, I'll stick with it. There's another guy I know in my locals who also got the case. And he pulled, like, pretty well. Like, pulled, like, a playset, like, the multi-trimies and the engravers. But, like, his QCRs were pretty terrible, I think. It was, like, well, I think it's Silvera, which is still a good synchro, but, like, there's just better QCRs you could probably pull. You know, surely, like, one of the main deck Whitewoods, Engraver, Molcharmy, right? Actually, even look at the price now. Genroku is 100. I think he also pulled a Genroku, too, actually. But I think that was, like, his best one. Maybe the Silvera, and then everything else is just, like, whatever. I think he pulled, like, a Mimical QCR, too. I can't remember which one. I don't know. I'll have to check later in the Discord, but... Oh, we pulled another Engraver. Yeah, it's looking... I mean, this is fine. This is what I expected. Hopefully, I pull another playset. The problem is... Oh, man, like... I can sell it now, but it is lower than I would like it. Obviously, I would like to make money. I keep hitting this. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna just raise this up. Hopefully, I don't hit it as much. There's gonna be a lot of shaking. I know people watching this are gonna be pissed off. They're like, well, why do you not get a better setup? And I'm like, well, I'm too lazy to do a better setup. That's why. I'm not gonna spend the time to get in a better setting. I'm just here to open boxes and for you guys to watch me waste my money and life away. All right. Box number 8. Archfiend. Maybe go with the core though. Maybe I'll try him out. It is pretty cheap. I do, unironically, I mean, well, obviously I would, but I have the core right now though. Yeah, I think the best time, obviously though, is, weirdly enough, right, as someone who isn't going to Nats, I feel bad still for people who are going to Nats because they need these new cards, which are legal for the North American NAWCQ. Oh, God, did I get the same box as that motherfucker? I swear to God. I'm pretty sure he pulled Genroku. I'm pretty sure he pulled Genroku and Silvera QCR. So that means my next one is going to be a Mimigul. Oh my God. My first track. That's cool. Like, ever. I haven't pulled one at all. Jeez. What the hell? I didn't want that one. I mean, it is a QCR, yeah, but just, I'm already opening a case. I know I'm going to get QCRs. It's just, oh, man. The Dia, oh my God. Actually, I would have liked the Dia Bell. I actually like the Dia Bell a lot more. But it's not like it looks terrible, right? Silvera or Riciella. Actually, how much is that? 88 for that one. Silvera 67. God. These are all pre-sales, by the way. All this shit is going to be worth nothing. This fucking card is probably going to be worth like $10 or $20 after like release in a few weeks. It's going to be so sad. I don't know if they'll actually even print. I don't know how many cards they revealed in Rage of the Abyss already. I know I'm getting a case because I can do it for cheap, but oh man, I don't know if they haven't revealed any Whitewood cards. I don't even know if Whitewoods will get support. In fact, I don't even know if Fiendsmith will get support either. We don't know. Technically, they should, right? New archetype, they should get something to kind of keep the hype going. Spellcard Monster Reborn. That one's actually a pretty cool card. I know it's based. I think it's based on the manga, right? It's manga R or something, I believe. But I mean, it's a quick play Monster Reborn. That's always pretty cool, right? Drytrons. Oh, Light and Darkness. I get the theme. I get it. It's a mandatory like negate, but like, why? The mandatory negate just seems so garbage, to be honest. But I guess, I mean, you have 4 negates and it's once per chain, right? I'm pretty sure, yeah, once per chain spell trap or monster effect is activated. Yep, it's a level 8 light dragon monster and the dark dragon monster. Oh God, I guess you can play this in branded. We have some branded player in my local who was talking about it, and I'm like, oh my God, who cares about branded? Fucking Christ. But I guess you can play it, right? Because isn't Albion and Luke? Isn't Albion? I think Albion is a light. I think, yeah, Albion the branded dragon, by the way, is a light, and then I'm pretty sure Lubellion is the dark. So I guess you could use them to make Light and Darkness Dragon Lord, right? I'm pretty sure Brand can easily figure out a way to get Mirror Jade plus the Dragon Lord plus all that other shit. Also, here's the problem with this card. The more I read it, this fusion, it's a mandatory effect that works against either player. This is once per chain. It just says once per chain when a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated. That's the only condition. So negate stuff on both sides of the field, which I'm like, I guess you go for 4 negates. Hope that's enough, I guess, which I guess realistically it probably is, right? You have 4 negates, Jesus Christ, but I guess like droplets, Dark Ruler can kill them, but I don't know if that really matters. And it is once per chain, right? So you can chain like a quick effect to it. So I could see Brandon probably trying this out at least, right? If you get this and Mirror Jade plus your other bullshit, then you're probably Gucci, right? Like I can't imagine anyone being able, I can't imagine anyone playing through like 4 negates that easily, right? Unless you like a droplet. Okay. Okay, last 4 boxes. Oh my god, this is gonna be the shakiest video ever. My hands are shaking. You won't believe my pulls. They'll be crazy, surely, if I don't pull another engraver. Oh my god. Ugh. It's weird too. I'm actually working. I'm so tired. I'm working the day job as usual, right? Pretty cool. I'm tired, but I just want to do this now. Actually, I really want to open this. I was gonna do this yesterday, but I just kind of fell asleep and forgot about it. And I work like graveyard shift, so you know. Or sorry, I work a GY shift, right? So, but we're getting to it now. We're at 46 minutes. I gotta hurry up. I have no idea how much space I have in this goddamn phone. If this shuts off in the middle of it, it's gonna be really sad. But I'll have to remedy it by just doing a shorter video at the end and just be like, these are my polls, and then explain all that stuff. Dominus Purge, that's not great. I mean, I 100% doubt it's going to be a Mulcharmy. So, but I pulled 2 Mulcharmies, 2 engravers, which is about right. Again, this is also Konami TCG we're talking about. So even though the average rate is supposed to be 2.4 secrets, who knows? Maybe I just only pulled 2 of those and just pulled 3 of the other shitty ones, or maybe I just, because there's boxes I've seen. Well, I know one box I actually opened 2 secrets and 5 ultras. Granted, they were all mostly garbage, but still, I've seen plenty of boxes also that's like 5 ultras, 1 secret. Apparently, that's a thing. I know Cole covered it. I don't know if it's like completely true. I don't know if it's like a lot of boxes and cases, but apparently there were like cases in the EU, I guess, where it was 5 ultras, 1 secret. But it also wasn't, I don't know if it's like wide or not. I don't know like what the data on that was. I doubt it was wide. That'd be crazy. Imagine opening a box for like what, $80 and getting like 5 ultras and 1 secret when the secrets are what you need the most and the ultras is like mostly garbage. I don't know. Although I did want to talk about this a little bit. The QCR Bonanza is happening, right? And in the announcement, they kind of implied that the QCRs were going to be done. Cool. I'm not the biggest fan of QCRs. They're basically Starlights, but more glossier, which I guess people can like, but I don't care about the stamp. The problem is, like, so, like, what do we do for, like, the other sets, right? Because, like, if they're going to stop the QCRs, then it's like, what do you do for the rest of the core sets? Because we have Dragons of Prime Unity, which is QCR only. And because of that, right, they're theoretically, the other core sets should have it, right? Because we'll have probably in Rage of the Abyss, because the Bazinga set doesn't release until November. But, then it's like, what do you do for the 2 core sets next year, right? That's a stellar, yeah. What do you do for, like, the other 2 core sets, right? Surely, they're, like, also QCRs too, right? Otherwise, it's maybe kind of weird if you just print, like, a QCR on 1 card. People were thinking, like, they were going back to Starlights, maybe, which I think would be cool, but here's the thing, like, people like Starlights. A lot of, like, I guess, older players like bringing back Starlights, which I like Starlights, don't get me wrong. The problem is people forgot how dog shit the poll was. It was like 5, first of all, it was 5 Starlights all set. On top of that, you had like at least 2 of them were always garbage, right? What's the first one off the top of my head? Pote? Yeah, like Pote. Pote was like, you had DPE, you had Kurikara, and you have Ultimate Slayer, good. And then I think it was Asa, the Earth Charmer, and maybe some other dog shit. Or like Sayak, I guess, where the best one was like probably... It was like Mirror Jade and Quem, but then like you had like the the Firewall Dragon, Link 6 or something, And then you had like a Gold Pride Exceed, I think, the Chariot Carry as Starlights, which fucking sucks. And also the issue is, right, not all of them were bangers, whatever. But the problem is because there's only 5 Starlights, the chances of pulling them was so abysmal. Oh, all the cards just fell. Jesus Christ, that's not a good sign for my luck. The pull rates were absolutely trash. It was like 1 out of every 20 boxes? I think like 20 boxes, 16 boxes, or some stupid garbage. So it's like you can open the case and not pull any. I remember, I don't think I ever recorded it, maybe. But I remember opening a case of Darkling Blast and Power of the Elements. Neither one had Starlights, right? Which is like whatever, right? You still pull the other bunch of the other stuff, like because like Dabble had like a Cashtira's like introduction, and then Poe had Sprites and Two Elements, which are so fucking expensive. But the Starlights not being pulled felt really bad because you're like, oh, you got an entire case, but not 1 Starlight. That's actually pretty terrible. Personally, I would like it if they at least increased it to 10. If they go, if they stop doing QCRs and they go back to Starlights, I would like for them to do 10 Starlights at least and make it like 1 a case, right? Like, I think every case should have at least 1 of the high rarity. 25 is like so many as it is, which I think it's cool because it makes it to the 25th anniversary, but most of them end up being complete garbage to the point that if you pull it, it's not fun. Like, it doesn't feel good to pull, like, I don't know, like the worst secret. Imagine pulling a Millennium on QCR, which I probably will now that I've said it. You pull a Millennium on QCR, that thing's gonna be like $5-10. I mean, probably not actually that little, but you know what I mean. Like, it's not gonna be worth a lot, which kind of sucks, right? You pull packs because it's fun, but you don't pull packs because you're like, oh, I don't care what I pull, I just want to open packs. No, you pull packs with the thought in the back of your head, at least, of, well, maybe I pull something really good. And then you pull some garbage QCR that's not only not worth anything, but something that no one wants to pick up, right? Now, new core sets, now core sets at least have the benefit of, well, the core sets, everyone wants the cards. So it's easier to sell them off right away. The problem is the longer you hold it, the less likely you are to sell it. Like, I still have some QCRs from, like, AGOG, even, that, like, no one will pick up. Just because, like, either they already have it, or just because it's just terrible, right? Like, I have, like, what the hell was it? Some garbage. I think I had, like oh, God, I think it was, like, a QCR, like, some garbage shit. What was it? Duamutef? Yeah, I had a QCR Duamutef that still hasn't moved, which is really sad. I don't know why. I tried to move that for months and no one wanted to pick it up. They're like, no, I'm good, because you don't even play that in like the horror stuff. If you play it's like a 1 of at most, but even then most people just don't run it. Now I'm pretty sure people playing the horror stuff is just like, it's just Happy and then like the Imsetis, right? It's like a smaller pack if you're not running all the other ones. And for Phantom Nightmare, you're surely not running Horse, the garbage Black Flame. But yeah, a lot of QCRs just end up being harder to move because it's not really worth much and there's not a lot of interest. And there's so many that it just kind of saturates the cases and the boxes where it like, oh my god. What the hell? Did I really just pull the Diabell and Millennium Ankh? Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I just did. Jesus Christ, another shitty box. Yeah, yes, that's just how it is. Millennium Ankh has a chance to pull the Engraver or the Diabell. Cool. I mean, Diabell is at least good, but the Millennium Ankh, who cares? Show 5 Forbidden Monster from your hand, decking your face of feeling special and Unstoppable Auxiliary from your extra deck, I guess. Who cares? I mean, maybe... Man, this is a problem, man, with these new sets. Fuck, I have to learn them. I know they're a rogue strat. I know people in my locals especially will probably play them. I can think of like 2 people who will play this. And I have to learn what they do. Oh my god. Maybe I get lucky though, because I remember playing against Ragnar Rikers when they first released. This guy did a bunch of cool stuff with his combos and stuff. I didn't have hand traps. And I just made some boards, and I just kind of broke it really easily without trying. And then I made a board with like, what? I think I made a board like 1 or 2 negates or something. And then like, he just folded. And then I was like, oh cool. So like, what does Ragnar Riker do? I don't know. Maybe I just get lucky. Someone plays the Exodia stuff. I don't know, man. Maybe, like, they get lucky and, like, beat me, I guess. But I kind of doubt it. That's what a lot of these rogue decks are. They're just kind of cool to play. I guess it's nice that it's an art deck for people to try out. Especially since it's probably just going to be so absurdly cheap. But This thing is falling. Alright. Speed. Let's go. This is so bad, this setup. I gotta put this higher. Oh boy, you're gonna see the top of my... You're gonna see part of my desk. We're almost done. 2 more boxes. Alright. So we pulled 2 Mold Charmies and 2 Engravers. We have a QCR Genroku and a QCR Silvera. The Genroku's not bad. Right now it's 100. It's probably gonna be like $50, right? Realistically, let's be honest here. I know I have to be honest with myself, otherwise I'm going to go insane. Silvera is like 67. That thing is probably going to be like $30 or less. Yes. Unless the Whitewoods get support. Which I 100% doubt they will. Well, there's my other QCR. Fuck. Wait a minute. Hold on. What the hell? Maybe he didn't pull it. Wait, I'm pretty sure he pulled the Dark Magician then. I think I have the same case as my friend. Well, there's another tract. Maybe I can run 2 of them, surely. What the hell? Oh, nice. My OSU email account settings are out of date. The email that I haven't used in fucking years. Who cares? Quit. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mail app, for reminding me that the emails are out of date. I never use those apps to open my emails. Who gives a shit? I just go on Chrome. Oh, Jesus. Wait, if it's a track, I'm pretty sure it's not an engraver. I want to say Silo Hat Rabbit? Maybe? I've only pulled 1, actually, but... Ugh. Well, those are our QCRs. Actually fucking terrible. What is the value in the Dark Magician? Maybe if I scroll down far enough, I can find it, right? I mean, it's a... No, don't get me wrong. I love the arts on these cards. I never have a problem with the Konami artwork that they do. Like, there's nothing wrong with them. And even in the gloss, they look fine. It's just obvious I want something more value, right? Who doesn't? Hell, the Dragons of Pride and Unity... I saw 1 pulled, I guess, but he won like $90. I'm like, that shit's gonna drop, dude. I don't know about you. I'm not paying $90 for that shit. Also, I'm not a sucker. I'm not gonna pay pre-sale prices just to get cards day 1. Who gives a shit? I know better than that. I'm just gonna fucking wait until they drop and then buy them if I want them. What just fell? There's another pack. Maybe I can find this Dark Magician here. Where is it? Okay, so it's 73? 74 right now? So, off rip, right, we have 2 engravers, and we have 2 Mold Charmies. The Mold Charmies will say about, or what, 50, 52, we'll say 50. The engravers, we can just safely say it's going to be 100, right? Maybe it goes up later, but we'll just safely say it's 100. So, off of 2 engravers and 2 Mold Charmies, that's about $300. From the QCRs alone, 60. Let's see, so 60. The Genroku's like 100. Yeah, yeah. This, let's just say this case is not it. I don't have to keep calculating. I don't want to keep calculating. The Whitewood cards I do want to play, actually, unironically, so I can at least hold them for now. If I want to sell them later, sure, but like I can at least hold them and play them out, because I do like playing the Synchro decks. And by like playing the Synchro decks, I mean the one that I've been playing forever, which is Luminatium. The problem is that they just die to Droll, and then you want to end your life, because you're like, cool, I got Droll, I can't search anything anymore. Awesome. But yeah, the Whitewoods cards do look kind of fun. I mean, Silvera's pretty crazy. It's just on summon, by the way. It's just on summon the book. I think it's on targeting. Yeah, this card's special summon. You can change all face-up monsters your opponent controls to face-down defense positions. Like, that's crazy. And then, oh man, I mean, that affects whatever. This is the attack defense game, but it has piercing damage too. So you just book everything and then just OTK them, I guess. But like, it's not, it's just on special summon. It's not on synchro summon. So that's like, I mean, I think that's pretty good. But there's probably, I mean, there's easy ways to shut it down anyways. It doesn't really matter. But hopefully to get better support next set. I mean, again, I really, yes, I understand it's meta engine, whatever the hell, but I really want to play Fiendsmiths as a deck. I think the art type's kind of cool with what it can do. It just happened to be a generic engine. If it wasn't generic, I would have been totally fine with that too, to be honest. But although, to be fair, if it was generic, then the cards would not be worth nearly as much, and then no one would buy into the set anyways. But no, I think Rage of the Abyss. Oh, I think it actually goes back to what I was trying to say a lot earlier in this video. So this is a quarter 3 set, right? I think people always forget that, you know, the sets are by quarters, and that there's a reason why the better cards are usually in the 3rd, 4th quarter sets. They want to make more money by the end of the year. And so to do that, they have to print the better cards and sets usually later in the year. Like the first 2, obviously they want to keep making money as much as possible, but the first 2 quarters like never matter. Like I guess like last year was like Photon Hypernova and Cyberstorm Access. Photon Hypernova had mostly the Castura stuff, and that was about it. Which I guess, yeah, at the time they were expensive, but it's like when they got, now they're like worth not nearly as much. But that was it. It was just those cards for the most part, I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves correctly. And then Stellar, and then what the hell was it? Cyberstorm Access was like, they had Chaos Angel, they had Disc Powder, they had Quem. Like, you had cards that had value initially, and some of these cards did go up over time because, you know, branded and all that stuff. But the set's values were just okay. But then they released Duelist Nexus, which is garbage in terms of value. And then they released Agov, which is probably one of the greatest sets ever released. But yeah, you can usually see that the quarter 3 and 4 sets, they usually try to sell them. I guess people didn't think Doom would be that bad. This year, though, we have Infinite Forbidden, which overall, if you look at the cards, it's like fine. It's much better than the quarter 1 and 2 sets. But then obviously by the end of the year, right, it's their holidays. So they want to make the most profit they can, which is why they've been selling like all these special sets near the end of the year. Last year was Rarity Collection 1. The year before that, I think, was Magnificent Mavens, right? Which was crazy because it's like, wow, they actually printed accessories for us. You got card sleeves and a bunch of cards, with a lot of them being like reprinted staples, which is really good, right? Or at least some of them. And then like this year, it's Quarter Century Bonanza in November, right? And then we have the tins coming out 2 months from now, because August is, who gives a shit. But yeah, like I said, so Rage of the Abyss, right? That's coming out in October, if I remember. And the thing with that is, it's the last quarter set of the year, so it has to be good. You have to sell the sets. So obviously, they're going to rarity bump cards. But they're also going to have to print cards that are worth it. To me, I think Whitewood support, Phoenix support, I think a lot of cards they're going to make are going to be worth the value. A lot of generic stuff maybe too, just because they have to find a way to sell it. You basically want to the point where distros just don't have any more, because that's basically what happened with Agov, where distros ran out completely. Oh, we ended on the banger. But yeah, where basically distros ran out of Agov product where you couldn't get anywhere, and then boxes were as much as, I think, is $150 a box at a certain point. It got to a point where a local card shop, to me, kind of overprices boxes, and their boxes were like $90, but somehow Agov boxes were actually worth buying from them, because at the time they were charging $90 for the boxes. They didn't raise them for a bit, and the people online selling were like $120 or something. So crazy enough, that local OTS store, I guess, ended up being worth buying boxes from, at least for that set. But yeah, they have to sell sets at the end of the year. So obviously, Rage is going to be probably a good set. The problem is just how good is it going to be. Personally, I am getting at least a case, because I usually try to get cases of the core sets at least. It gives me decent bulk to sell out, but it also gives me some level of hold value, right? But yeah, I think Rage of the Abyss will probably be a good set. Obviously, give me a lot better than Infinite Forbidden. Yeah. But yeah, again, they have to sell, and I think Rage of the Abyss is something to look forward to. Infinite Forbidden just okay as a set. The secrets are fine, if we're being honest, but the Ultras are just whatever. In terms of value, like, I don't know if you're really making your money back. Unless you're able to sell at Nats, right? In which case, you could juice people, because you know people will need it. But that said, right. So, those are all my pulls. I pulled, it should be 3. Yeah, I pulled 3 engravers. 2 Molcharmies, I think. Actually, let me organize this out right now. Yes, you're not gonna see a time jump because I don't wanna edit this, because I here's the thing, I really could, but I'm also like, I really should just get a copy of Photoshop, or not Photoshop, Premiere. But I could. It's been a while, but I just don't like editing the videos. I just kind of like doing it in the raw and just kind of doing it as is. I just think it's fun doing it all at once. No cuts needed, really. Just a lot more work for no reason, I guess. Although I guess I could start doing that to add more value and put more effort into it, but I think it's fine as it is. Who cares? You're all just here to watch this anyways. Watch me be an actual degenerate and opening cases, not pulling anything. Okay, so we've pulled 3 engravers, right? We pulled a what the hell? I pulled a place of a Stellars, damn. Pulled a 2 of the LZs, although I already have another one. We pulled 2 Molcharmies, a place of the Diabels, 2 Requiems, 1 Silver Hat Rabbit, 2 Tract, 3 Ankh, and then 3 Dominus Purge. That's about right. Some cards are going to be 3-ups. I don't ever really see a lot of cases where they have like more than 3 of a secret. It's kind of crazy if there is, like you'll see 4 or whatever. You're more likely to see that in like side sets where there's like short prints of cards and like overprints of others. But you're not really going to see that in core sets because core sets don't really get shorted. And then we have about 3 QCRs here, which I'm pretty sure is the same QCRs that the guy in my locals also got from this case. I'll have to double check with him, but yeah, that's all the pulls, I guess. I am mailing another case that should come in next week or so, so I'll probably do another video of that one. But for now, this is the case opening. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.